How's everyone doing? Hi. Good afternoon. It is a narc-free New Year. Hope everyone's having a good New Year. How's everyone doing? Hi, Ro. Hi, Erica. How are you? Hello. How's everyone doing today? Welcome in. Just wait for a few more people to trickle in. Mermaid. Hi, sweetheart. How are you? I think I'm getting ready to be discarded. How are you feeling about that? Let's talk. Tell me how you feel about that. Drinks. Sorry, I'm just ordering something to eat here. It's been so long since I've seen you. I'm going to be going live a lot now. I'll tell you why in a second. 1 second here. I'm just going to order something to drink. There we go. Okay. Continue. Oh, do you hear my stomach going off? Whole cognitive dissonance. Love your videos about the narc discarded last week. Went from loving me to telling me he didn't. I'm sorry to hear that. Sometimes they just like switch it up like that immediately, and all of a sudden you're in a whole new space where like you didn't even know what you did wrong. I'm so sorry you're going through that. So sorry you're going through that. It really does suck when they discard us, because sometimes a narcissist will actually discard you and not dump you. Like they're discarding you, but emotionally disconnecting from you. And then you're feeling like you did something wrong and you're just trying to figure out why. So, if you're new here, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor and I'm a certified life and relationship coach. I offer one-on-one coaching, and I also offer group coaching, which there is one coming up on January 15th, I believe. Let me just check the day. I think it's January 15th. I would love to meet you there. I do it every month on a Sunday. So it just depends on whether Sunday lies where I don't have my kids. But I offer a group coaching session. Yes, I do help with the trauma bond as well. I also offer through my friend Lisa Sunny from Stronger Than Before. She does an amazing trauma bond recovery course as well as a recovery book. And the journal is a guided journal that can get you through the trauma bond and help you understand what it is. You can find it all in the link in my bio. But my group coaching session is on January 15th. If you did want to coach with me and you weren't ready yet to do a one-on-one, or you've done a one-on-one with me and you want to do a group coaching, it's like a support group for people who are surviving narcissistic abuse. You can go to the link in my bio and register for that. It is only $25 for 90 minutes of coaching. Hello, I've just cut contact. It's so painful. Will it ever stop hurting? Such a good question. I know it feels like the pain doesn't fully go away. It just gets more, you just adapt around the grief. And the hurt does come in different forms. I mean, you could be discarded, and the same pain that you felt the day you were discarded, literally like 5 years later, something could trigger it and you could feel it just like you did the day after. But it's not so frequent, right? It gets more tolerable. We definitely learn how to cope better through some of the pain, but this is really hard. This is really hard to heal through. I can help you heal through that. Hey, Jess, what's going on? Everybody say hi. Let's give some love to my moderator. I really appreciate you for being here and moderating. Thank you. You always help everyone. How are you doing? Hope all is well. Chelsea, thank you for asking. I really appreciate you asking that today. Today's been a really rough day for me. Without getting emotional. I've had to deal with... I was married to a narcissist, and I've had to, I've been away from him for 3 years now, and I've been no contact for 1 year. So I'm really proud of myself, really, really proud of myself. And, I've turned my pain into a business and offer one-on-one coaching. And I know that everyone's hurting around the holidays, right? Everyone hurts around the holidays. So I offer other things too, like merchandise and toques and hats. Well, if you're from Canada, we would call them toques, but I think in the States we call them beanies. Hello, my other moderator, Britt, is here. Hi, Brittany. So holidays are really hard, and just personally, I've been dealing with the narcissist in my life, trying to find ways to abuse me, because obviously my content is really hurting him. He's been watching, and I've had this confirmed, so the violation of just that alone really sucks. As he saw my business growing and saw me doing well, he started to slowly not pay me support payments, which, as anybody knows, anyone who pays support payments to child support, it helps you take care of your children. I have 3 children with a narcissist that I married. And today, January 1st, on the tail end of the holidays where everyone's hurting, and I understand business is slow for everyone, so it's really hard to put that investment in yourself. So I haven't had a lot of coaching calls. I've had a few of my books sold on Amazon, but everyone's hurting, including myself. Today was the day he just decided not to pay me. So as busy as I am, I'm scrambling, and I know it's tough, really, really tough to deal with narcissists who, of course, of all the times, right? Here's a little Christmas gift for you, Ro. I'm not going to pay you, right? I have used Family Wizard before. I don't need to communicate with him at all, so there's no problem with that. We're almost divorced. And as soon as I'm ready, I will be, applying for an enforcement program through the government to make sure that those support payments get to me. If this were a few months ago where I was doing really well and I was helping a lot of people, this wouldn't have bothered me. It wouldn't have hit me hard, right? But every month I pay rent, just like everyone else. Every month I pay for the groceries. I pay my car payments. I pay all of the things. And yeah, of course, because I am a single parent, I rely on child support to take care of the reimbursement for how I take care of my kids, putting a roof over their head and shit like that, If this were in the summertime when I was doing really well, I was helping other people. I know that a lot of people were having a hard time leaving their abusive relationships, and I was going live and giving away free coaching sessions and things like that. It wouldn't have hit me. Today was a weird day. It's like he found a way to really get to me financially, because the financial abuse that a narcissist puts you through is really difficult, but it's like they almost know when to really hit you with that financial abuse, and he chose when all of us are struggling, including myself. So I feel it today. Thank you so much for whoever asked me how I'm doing. Obviously I could be better, but this is what we deal with when we're dealing with financial abuse. So Happy New Year. Yes, you got a lawyer. You got a lawyer out. Good job. That's awesome. Best tips to not reach out. I don't ever want to talk to him again, but the trauma bond is real. Yeah. So the best thing you can do is focus on you. Oh, thank you so much. The best thing you can do is focus on you. Do something for yourself that you were never allowed to do when you were with that narcissist. Go for a drive somewhere where you weren't. Go and have a date night, just on your own. Do something like that. Can I join your union as a speaker? I have survived a lot and I think I can help. My union? You can definitely join one of our group coaching sessions. We do have a community of people who are healing through narcissistic abuse, and we do a monthly coaching session, and some of the regulars do have an opportunity to talk. You would absolutely be able to talk through that way. Am I a real person or a clone? I don't really know how to answer that. I'm definitely not a clone. So yeah, sending loves your way. You're brave and beautiful. Thank you so much, Angel. Appreciate you. Message me later. Thank you. I'm so happy that you're doing so much better. All I want to do is help other people thrive. And it's really important not to lose your shine when the narcissist is doing this to you, because that's what they want. They want you to feel really shitty about yourself. The one that I married financially abused me for 14 years, along with sexual abuse, along with control, along with manipulation, lying, cheating on me, along with stealing from me, along with all of the emotional abuse that comes along with being a narcissist, the entitlement that they have to think that they can put you and keep you in that space. Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. And when you go no contact with them, or discard them, or remove them completely from your life, and they feel like they don't have control over you, they will find ways to control you. He found the best way to control me financially. And he wants to keep shining. Happy New Year. Thank you. He wants to make me feel like I'm back in that, battered wife marriage again. He wants to put me back in that dark hole that I was in when I was married to him. Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate you. And yeah, it hurts. Of course it hurts. It's tough, to say the least. Really tough. But that's what they want. They want us to feel like we can't do it. They want us to feel like we're not worth it. They will devalue us and devalue us and devalue us until we're nothing. And we can't let them do that, guys. We can't, right? You're not alone. Thank you so much. Yeah, covert narcissists. So there's a lot of different types of narcissists. Covert narcissists are also known as vulnerable narcissists. And a lot of times covert narcissists will not appear to be out there, ostentatious, outgoing. They're covert in a way that it's subtle. Right? It's very, very subtle. The difference between a covert narcissist and a overt narcissist is a lot of the times the covert narcissist will use their victimhood to gain control. So they will perpetually be a victim. They think the whole world is hostile. They think everyone is out to get them. And they'll blame you for not filling the void that they come to you with, right? You are playing a part in a role and you don't even know the script. You are playing this character. The character is, hey, I have problems. And I have all of these deficits. And you are responsible for fixing my problems. You are the deepest, darkest. So their covertness comes and shows up in very many ways. They play the victim. A lot of covert narcissists will actually get you to break up with them. So they'll do like a reverse Hoover. And sometimes that looks like just treating you so badly, so awfully, running smear campaigns, premeditated smear campaigns, and telling lies about you to all your friends and family, that when you hit your breaking point and you tell them you've had enough, they will use that breakup as a form of abuse. So they'll say that you're the one abusing them, that you're the one abandoning them, and they can play the victim. A lot of narcissists do that. So that's really the biggest difference between a covert narcissist and an overt narcissist. Narcissistic women who had to break it off, unhealthy, I'm better off single. Yeah. Look at the consequences of my own actions, for sure. It feels like you're being stalked. Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Leon, I'm doing okay. I've had kind of a setback today, financially, and I'm not letting it bother me. We're really just dive into financial abuse and how it shows up in post-separation abuse and in the relationship. So if you're ever in a relationship with a narcissist or anybody, okay, and they're not letting you, okay, that word let, so let's say they're saying you can't buy Starbucks, you spend too much money on this, and you're spending your own money, but you're now questioning your own purchases, that's financial abuse. When you split up with these people, they will use any ways to hurt you financially, especially if you're doing well, right? They won't let you buy the shirt you want to buy. They won't let you go out and get a coffee. They'll accuse you of shit when you're just trying to live your fucking life, right? The narcissist I married accused me of being frivolous with money because I spent $5 on cheese. And what's really fucking ironic and the hypocrisy of it all is they spend so much money. They have a really bad relationship with money. Awful. And they don't want to see you happy either. So, just personal side note, how do they know to hit you when you're down? How do they know? He could have just not paid me when I was up, when my bag was up and I was doing really great, but the holidays make it hard. And he waited till the holidays. He waited till people were struggling. He waited until finances were tight to decide that he just wasn't going to pay me child support. Make me feel like worthless, like I want to close down my business, like I want to stop doing what I'm doing, like I'm being punished for speaking my truth. He wants to try and ruin that for me. And yeah, he doesn't realize that he's taking from his own children. Here's the thing with narcissists, guys. They don't even... Children... People ask all the time, do narcissists love their children? People ask this all the time. And I don't have a good answer for this. I don't. I don't know exactly if they do, right? They don't care. We know that. They don't care. But if they don't love their children, that's really fucked up, isn't it? Right? As a child of a narc, we would know. Now, my parents are not narcissists. My parents are both healthy people. If the child is an inconvenience to a person with this type of personality disorder, someone who's entitled, someone who's abusive, their children don't matter. If they're not helping them or benefiting them in any way, who cares? Of course he's going to take money out of their mouth. He's going to make me have to work a little bit harder to put food on my kids' table. Right? If the children don't serve them in any way, just like any other prop in their life, then they're not going to care about them. Who cares that they're suffering? Right? He knows I busted my back, bended over to get all of my kids what they wanted for Christmas. Waited till I was on my last dime to make sure that they had the best Christmas. And then on New Year's Day, just, it's okay, Ro, you got to figure this shit out. No money for you. Even though your court ordered to pay me that, right? How does that work when buying anything like apparel? Do you get, I always buy them. I buy them everything. I buy them their clothes. I buy them their snow pants. I buy them all their school stuff. I buy them everything. Now, he's been stiffing me money since July. Ever since he found out that I went to Mexico with my friend Carrie McAvoy, who's Carrie McAvoy PhD on, she's also in the Narc Avengers. He's been stiffing me ever since, but little bits here, a little bit there, $400 here, $500 there. And I've been really good with just ignoring him. But this was my whole rent today, guys. My whole rent. And more. He's obviously really pissed that I'm doing well and waited till I wasn't doing that well, because I know it's really hard around the holidays. It's really hard for us to take care of our bills, make sure our kids have the best Christmas, all of that sort of stuff. So it's going to take me a couple months to get what's called management enforcement program here in Canada to make sure he pays. They'll come after him and start garnishing his paychecks. Yes, management enforcement, I do have to wait. Yeah, thank you. Sarah, how's it going? Look, the lashes are still looking good. This is my lash lady, Sarah, my friend. She knows all that's going on with my ex and how he's been stiffing me. This is the biggest he's ever stiffed me. $1,400. And it's hard because now I have to scramble. Thank you so much for the gifts, guys. Thank you. Now I have to scramble, but it makes me work harder. Now it just means I have to work harder. He withheld all of my child support, all the child support. So what he doesn't realize is he's hurting my kids, our kids, his kids. I have to keep a roof over their head and put food on the table for them. How long will it take for him to get the repercussions for not paying? I have to wait for my divorce judgment to come in through the courts. And because of COVID and everything took a back burner. As soon as I have that divorce judgment, I can take it straight to the court and apply for what's called MEP. So MEP is Management Enforcement Program, and I can apply for all the arrears. So MEP means that he has to pay into the program to pay me, and if he doesn't pay, they will take his passport away, take his license. They'll start doing all sorts of like enforcement to make sure he pays. So he doesn't have to pay me directly anymore. He pays into the program pays me. But that takes some time to apply for it. And then in arrears, and there's potential jail time also if he doesn't pay. All that's in arrears, he has to pay that as well. So I don't exactly know how long that process takes, but he's buying himself time because today rent is due. Today, all of my bills are due. Today I have to pay my virtual assistants. All of this shit is happening and I can't do it, right? So it's going to happen. I'm going to get that money from him. But he's doing this to say, fuck you on Christmas. Have a fucking happy, crappy New Year's. Bro, I hate you. I hate what you're doing. I hate the fucking shit you're putting out about me. It's not even about him anymore. I don't even post about him. This is like the first time that I'm actually even talking about my ex personally on a live or anything. Right? I haven't even paid him any attention at all. On this app, anywhere. And I think that's part of why he hates me so much, is because now I'm getting to a point where he no longer matters. He's no longer relevant. And so he's trying to get his little foot in and try to hurt me. My heart is breaking for you. Thank you, Sarah. I really appreciate you. So, if anybody wants to help support me, I don't like charity, okay? I'm not out here asking for money, but I do offer things. So if anybody would like to, if they're in a position and would like to have some healing with me, you can join my support group, which is monthly, January 15th. You can book that. I have a webinar coming up on January 25th that I'm going to be participating in, being a panelist for. It's called Dating Again. That is also on here in the link in my bio. That is a webinar hosted by Lisa Sunny, Stronger Than Before. I also offer one-on-one coaching. I also offer text packages. I also offer beautiful merch. You can get a Narc free hat or a beanie or a you can book a session. You can get yourself a hat. I also offer a healing journal that's on Amazon. So you can find that all in the link of my bio. There's so many ways to help me support you, help you support me. This, of course, is my full-time job. And I wouldn't be here doing this without you and your support. I was on TikTok 1 year ago on November 22nd. My best friend, who passed away in June, who told me that I was on a roller coaster of love. She told me I was in an abusive relationship when I was in that marriage. All this time I was being financially abused. I was being emotionally abused. All this time I was being controlled and manipulated, and my best friend of 33 years is telling me to leave this man, and I'm not listening to her. And when I finally, through therapy and everything, realized I cannot live like this anymore, because being in a trauma bond with a narcissist, it's like you can't breathe. It's like you can't move. It's like there's a vice around you suffocating you. And you're short of breath and it hurts. But you also can't think clearly because you're stuck in fog, right? You're stuck in this brain fog. You're stuck in fear, obligation, and guilt. It's really hard, really, really hard. And I didn't know that I was stuck in this relationship that was abusive. And she called it a roller coaster of love. When I finally left that relationship, she's the first person to help me. Thank you for the flowers. She's the first person to help me out of here. She's the first person to help me into this house, help me move. She brought wine every night. She came over with dinner. When I was crying, on the days I didn't have my kids, wondering if I broke up the family, if I really fucked my whole life up, and just asking myself, like, am I going to be able to start again? Will this ever happen for me? She was here telling me, yes, you will. She died June 10th, 2021. How can you book a session with me? You can go to the link in my bio and you can book a 30-minute or 60-minute session. There should be a link there that says book a session. She died on June 10th, and at her funeral, I noticed this, her tattoo on her arm was so beautiful. I never noticed how beautiful it was, and I said, I'm getting that tattoo to honor her. On her birthday, November 22nd, last year, she would have turned 39. I got the tattoo for her, and I came home that day and I set up this account, Rollercoaster of Love, because that's what she called my relationship. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be doing this, because of you guys and all of you telling me that I should start coaching, that I should have a podcast, and all the responses that I got from my videos, I wouldn't have this business. And anytime I see 22, because she was born on the 22nd of November and I was born on the 22nd of August, anytime I see like 22 likes or 2,200 views or 22,000 likes or whatever, I know that's her. And I know she's helping me. And times like this, I know she would say the right thing to get me through this. So, yeah, I really miss her. But thank you. I know she's still here with me, helping me. And so $75 for 30 minutes and $115 for an hour. And yeah, you can book a session through the link in my bio. Thank you. I'm okay. Sorry, I just started talking about my friend and my journey, and here we are. Tears come rolling. That was not planned. I appreciate you guys so much. Hi, Al. How's it going? Thank you for duetting my video today. You're so pretty. I'm an ugly crier. I can be an ugly crier sometimes, for sure. That was not planned. So, if you cry like uncontrollable tears. Michael, how's it going? Hi. If you cry these uncontrollable, like sometimes I would, when I was with that narcissist, I used to cry. But it's like really weird when you cry and you have to like hold back the tears because they would get so mad at you for crying. Can you imagine imagine having to cry and hide that you're crying? You know, who here has haven't had a narcissist ever get mad at you for crying? It's hard to release it now, right? It's okay to cry. It's part of the healing journey. 100% part of the healing journey. Thank you. Been there, yeah. Or they degrade you for crying. So I made content about this a few months ago. There's a reason why they hate when you cry. There's a reason why they call you weak. There's a reason why they call you a crybaby. There's a reason why you have to hide in the bathtub to cry. Or you have to hide, exactly, Michael. You have to turn around towards the wall because it makes them mad. There's a reason why you have to cry in your pillow. And there's a reason why they make fun of you. Do you want to know why? Hands up if you want to know why. That you're over emotional. They do this because there's a group calling you a narcissist. Al, you are far from a narcissist. You are an amazing human being. You're an amazing human being and a help to all of us. And an inspiration. Do not listen to that group of people, Al. Do not. There's a reason why they don't like when you cry and you have to do the silent crying in the bathroom. It's because they actually cry for manipulation. They're actually crying because they want to manipulate you, right? I ordered food, so I have to make sure that when it comes, my light is on. There we go. They cry to manipulate you. And so, you know when a narcissist thinks, no, it's not here yet. A narcissist actually thinks that every little thing that they do, you're doing too. They actually think this about you. So, if they're cheating, they think you're cheating. This is why accusations are confessions. If they're crying to manipulate you, they think you're crying to manipulate them. They think they're being manipulated by you. What is it she's crying about? She must be trying to control me because I myself, the narcissist, right? We've seen my narc nose videos. The narcissist, I think she's trying to control me because when I cry, I'm trying to control her. How dare she try to control me by crying? So they will get mad at you because they think you're trying to manipulate them when really you're just trying to be vulnerable and you have emotions. It's one of the reasons. Another one is they're really fucking pissed at you for having access to your emotions. Thank you, John, for the badge. They're really trying to hurt you. Right? Because they hurt themselves. They're mad at themselves for having emotions or not having emotions. They're mad at everybody who has access to their emotions and they don't. They don't know how to regulate. They don't know how to identify or label their emotions. They don't even know how to feel their own feelings. So God forbid you have feelings, they hate it. Right? They can't stand it. So of course, they're going to hate when you cry. Got too much evidence and new injuries. I will let you know the outcome. Yes, Tracy, absolutely let me know. I'm so scared about February. We start trial and I got to see him through jail. Yeah. You know what, Tracy? I'm here for you. If you ever need support, I am available to you. I've walked through this journey. I'm still going through it myself. Even today with this, what he did to me, this financial mishap, this little abuse, it still stings, right? It still hurts. And sometimes in this journey, you feel like you have nobody to talk to. Yes, do you have a question? You can ask it. Why does a narcissist play the silent game after a breakup? Well, silent treatment is something that happens either in or out of a relationship. if I'm being completely honest, if you did break up or you're no longer in a relationship with them, silence is the best gift that you could ever give, that ever be given by a narcissist. Silence is the best. They do shut us out emotionally and give us the silent treatment in order to punish us. So if they don't get their way or something happens, they're going to punish us. And they are going to give you what's called the silent treatment. Is very different. It's like stonewalling. It's not the same as going no contact or holding a boundary. It's creating a message that you did something wrong and you have to figure out what it is. And you have to sit there racking your brain forever trying to figure out what that is. And they will do that. They will do that to punish you. Only a few days and then he comes attacking you. Yeah, exactly. And that could also be to keep your guard down, right? So that when you're settled and comfortable and feeling like you haven't been attacked for a while, they'll use that vulnerability and attack you. They can also do a live one here for hours to put you down. Oh. Yeah, they do a lot of things to put you down. Really, here's the thing with narcissists, guys. This is what we have to remember about narcissists is that every little vile thing they do to you, everything they say to you, there it is. Everything they say to you, all the shit that they're doing, if they are insulting you, calling you worthless, calling you fat, calling you piece of shit, they're just saying that to themselves, right? This isn't to make you feel sorry for them or even have any compassion for them. You don't have to have compassion. This doesn't excuse the abuse. This doesn't excuse anything, but it gives you some insight. It's not about you. It was never about you. It's all a projection of the deepest, darkest fears that they have about themselves. And of course, none of my freaking things work. Sorry, guys. Oh, I'm a mess today. Today is a really flying fuck of a mess. There we go. Everything they're saying to you to insult you is who they're speaking to is this hole that they have. This deep, dark hole that they have inside themselves that they expected you to fill. You didn't even know you had that role. You didn't even know you were responsible for filling that void. But they have a real hard look at themselves. They hate a part of themselves. They hate a lot of themselves. But there's this part of themselves that they hate so much. So if they call you lazy, they call you fat. Peace and calm. Thank you, John. They call you lazy. They call you fat. They call you all these names. They think that about themselves. They were never actually talking to you. They're just screaming that at you because you were supposed to be the person who was supposed to fill that hole that they live with. This is the sad reality for the narcissist, but the sad reality for them in their life, and this is their karma as well. We should never, ever expect that a narcissist will get the same vengeance. Like, we won't get vengeance on a narcissist. Even though I am a narc avenger, okay? Sorry that you're having to deal with that. Thank you so much. I mean, it's just money, right, guys? It's just money. Money comes, money goes. Money comes, money goes. It flows. We gain abundance when we practice gratitude. And I'm so grateful for all of you. I'm so grateful for the gifts that you've given me during my healing journey. I know that abundance will come. I know the universe pays, especially when a narcissist tries to remove it from you. Okay? But what I was saying is the narcissist, they hate a part of themselves so much and they don't even know why. The lack of awareness that they have about themselves it hurts them. So no, we can't expect to ever get revenge on a narcissist, but they do get their karma. You'll never ever see them hurt the same way they hurt you, because you're made up differently. Your whole personalities are made up very differently. You have empathy. They don't. You know, you have the ability to see something else from another person's perspective and care about another person. They don't. They don't care about anybody. They don't really even care about themselves, because the amount that they hate themselves and abuse you, they abuse themselves through you. You're a vessel for them to abuse. So though they're not going to hurt the same way you hurt, because you're made up differently, right? But they do get revenge. And the revenge is that hole that you were supposed to fill for them, and this is why they get so mad at you and hate you. That hole lives with them forever. That is a misery they have to suffer and live through their whole fucking lives. They live in a prison of their own misery. No, it never gets better for them. They're going to keep abusing people. They're going to keep hurting people. What he did to me today, that's just money. I'll be back up on my bag again, you know? It happens. We're like this. We're up, we're down. Abundance comes in, it flows in, it leaves. I'm always very grateful, and I always know that it happens and money comes in. What happens with a narcissist, though, is they live in that misery for their whole fucking life. And he's got 3 kids. We share 3 kids. Our kids will see it. Our kids will grow up children of abusive, narcissistic parents. And he'll never have the connection. He'll never have that. You coach narcs with your sessions. They thought they were victim, but the narc. I've never actually had a narcissist in my sessions. But I do work with other self-aware narcissists who do sometimes coach narcissists as well. So a lot of narcissists focus on money. Mine does. Yeah, that's why there's financial abuse. Financial abuse is something that they can do another way to control you. So it's just like emotional abuse. They control your emotions, just like sexual abuse. They control you with either withholding or coercing you into sex. Psychological abuse. They try to gaslight you, make you feel like you're crazy. Financial abuse is the same thing. They're using money to control you. And the really messed up thing about financial abuse is, just like me, 3 years later, it can still happen to you, especially if you have kids together. He doesn't know that he's hurting his own fucking kids by not paying me child support. He doesn't realize you're hurting your kids. Child support is intended to pay for your kids, to reimburse your kids to have a roof over their head, beds to sleep in, and food on the table. But they don't care. They don't care. Mine quit 2 weeks before Christmas to stop child support. They do all these crazy things just to not pay you. They don't care. Mine bought a $30,000 home theater, but was mad over $1. Yeah, so the narcissist I married would get so mad at me for spending $5 on cheese. Why are you spending $5 on cheese? There's so many more things. You could get it for so much cheaper. Why are you spending $5 on cheese? And I said 500 as a Freudian slip, because that same weekend he would spend $500 a night on drugs and alcohol and prostitutes. So the hypocrisies, right? How many hypocrisies can we think of when we're talking about narcissists, right? They're selfish. Exactly. They're threatening you about the money you spend while they're out spending the money. Here's another hypocrisy. How many of us have had a narcissist tell you to put your phone down? What are you doing on your phone? Why are you always on your phone? Yet they can't put theirs down. It's attached to them. What's up with that? What about narcissists who have this crazy hatred for women? but yet they have this like weird obsession with their mom. For 40,000 on government relief funds and never paid me back. Oh, yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. So the narcissist now owes me a good chunk of change, and I will get it back. I will get it back. Make so much fun of me for being on TikTok. Yeah. Well, it's because they hate if you have a sense of community. Being on TikTok is a way for you to feel like you've found your people, right? How many of us have downloaded TikTok and then felt like you finally found a group of people, even just online, who get you, who understand you, who you feel comfortable with, to be silly, fun, have like a dance, like, you know, do cool stuff. And then you meet people that you continue on relationships outside of TikTok, right, Al? So it's like the narcissists in your life or the abusive people in your life isolate you from everyone around you. So of course they're going to make fun of you for having TikTok. Of course they're going to make fun of you or hate on you or devalue you for having a sense of community, for finding people who get you, who love you and respect you. They don't want you to find that. They want you stuck. They want you hiding and isolated. They don't want anybody seeing your light. They want to dim your light. Hello, love. Hello, everyone. Can't help with any of my bills because no job finds to borrow 8-year-old $500 shoes, $300. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Al. I appreciate you guys. This really helps me so much. Learned so much from about narcissism. Me too. I mean, if it wasn't for this community, I wouldn't have had the group of friends that I have, the family that I get to choose, my business, and a sense of community, right? My people. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate you, John. I just want you guys to know that anything you send me today is really helping me, especially today. It's been a really tough day for me. I'm going to get vulnerable here in a second, but I got ditched last night on, thank you so much, on New Year's. And feeling really low about that. And I've been, in my marriage, I was always ditched, you know? The narcissist that I married would always just take off. Especially on special nights like this, like New Year's, or he'd have me hanging on for something for the night, and then he would take off. Or, you know, we'd be intimate, and then he would take off for the night and not come home, have a reason to fight, and then take off. Right? So I was left a lot in that marriage, and I was with him for 14 years. So I got really used to being ditched. And I met somebody who I thought was fantastic and great, and we had New Year's plans, and he ditched me last night. Came up with some dumb excuse, but I was waiting with my hair done. I was waiting on my couch for him to pick me up because he said he would, and he never did. He had an excuse in the morning. He lost his phone or something. And I spent New Year's alone, which I would have been very happy to do, but did not realize that that was the plan last night. I didn't think I was going to spend it alone. So to be ditched last night and then wake up on New Year's Day and be stiffed my child support that pays my rent, it's just like a double hitter. A double hitter. So it's been a rough 24 hours, I'll say. Well, you were incredible. Thank you. Super triggering. Yeah, so it totally took me back to when I was left in that marriage every night. And I don't know this guy. This is our 4th date. I won't talk to him again. What was my reaction to him? I just blocked him. I'm not responding. He sent me some bullshit excuse this morning saying that he lost his phone, that he just found it, blah, blah, blah. I'm so sorry about last night. I wish I would have been able to kiss you at midnight, all this other shit. Totally ditched me. And I realized, fuck that. I deserve way better than that. But to add insult to injury, my ex goes and puts me in my place financially again. Which means that I just have to be out here hustling stronger and helping more people and not letting this remove my shine and how I feel about myself. They're very good at making you feel worthless. They're very good at, and I'm not saying this person who ditched me last night is a narcissist. I'm just saying that it was very triggering to be put back in that marriage where I was ditched all the time. Right? You're so welcome. I'm only here to be honest. They want you to feel like you're worthless, like you can't make it without them. They want to control you and make you feel like you need them, and that if it weren't for them, you're shit. That's what they want you to feel. They want you to feel like that. But we know that's not true, guys, right? We know that we're worth so much more than being ditched on New Year's. We are worth so much more than being financially abused and devalued. We are worth so much more than relying on them. I can make rent. I'll make it. Go live more, get more clients, sell more stuff. I will make it. And so will you. The reason why they do this kind of shit to us and get into our heads like this is so that we question our own abilities and that we question what we're capable of. I can make more money any day, exactly. We are so much more, we have potential, and they want us to deny our own potential. That's what they want us to do. That's what they want us to feel. They want us to feel like we cannot rely on ourselves. We cannot be independent. Here's the thing about that, though. We know that we have the potential to do anything we want. And small little setbacks like this. How do I set up a private session? Yeah, you can go to the link in my bio. It would really help me. Go to the link in my bio, go through the steps, book a coaching session with me. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm really good, just so you know. If anybody has worked with me before, knows what I offer in my coaching session, you walk away with a lot of insight and steps. Right? As a life coach, I don't give you all the answers, okay? I don't hold the wheel for you. I don't take that wheel and drive the car for you. I give you all the tools you need to do it on your own. So you're well equipped. Link is in my bio right up here. So I'll hold your hand. I will 100% hold your hand, but I will not take the wheel. I'll give you clarity, right? I'll give you the tools that you need, but I'm not going to walk the walk for you. I've already walked the walk, okay? Chat later. Thank you so much, Al. Thank you for the gifts. I've walked this walk, so I can help you find the way out, right? It feels like you're in a hole, and it feels like you can't get out. And I'll help you find the way out, but I'm not going to do it for you. I'm going to give you the strength and courage to do it on your own. And even me, even I need coaching, all right? Even I get through shit with the narcissist that I have to deal with. This is my coaching. This stuff helps me too. I just need reality checks since I still wash my hands. It's pure insanity. I know. Okay, I want you to know something, okay? CJC, if you are still watching, everyone needs to hear this. If you're still listening and watching watching the narcissist and seeing what they're doing and checking their social media, reading their emails, you know, even just analyzing some of their old text messages, it just hurts you. It's just like squeezing lemon in your eye. You don't want to do that. You're not going to get answers from any of that. What you'll get is analysis paralysis. You'll go numb trying to analyze every little thing that they're doing. Right? He's your husband. All you need to do now is focus on yourself. Okay? Peace and calm. That is the most important thing. Thank you, John. Peace and calm. All you do now is focus on you. Focus on the gifts you have. Focus on self-care. Put that focus and redirect it back to you again. Because this is exactly what the narcissist wants you to do. They want you to be all fixated on them. They want all your attention because it feeds them. It's their supply. Sitting there checking your messages constantly is part of it. They want you to... everything they're putting out on social media is for you to see anyway. They're doing that to get to you. They're doing that to get into your head. And when none of that shit works, they'll abuse you. They'll do things like my ex withhold me payment. They'll abuse you in different ways. So what? He's a deadbeat dad. He'd rather do that and hurt his kids than just let things go, right? That's what they want to do. He won't leave you alone. After 4 years, I can leave. He's so annoying and awful. They're annoying and awful, aren't they? Annoying and awful. They're the worst. I'm started writing and it's helping me so much, like redirecting the love towards me. Yes. Oh, that's amazing. I love hearing that. What else have you done in your freedom? Let's give everybody a little bit of encouragement, okay? Me, I started singing again. There was a time in the relationship with the narcissist that I married that loved my singing. He would be like, you have the best voice ever. You know, and the thing with abuse is that it goes so slow. It starts off really slow. It's very insidious in how it just small, it's not insurmountable changes, very tiny little changes, right? It's like that analogy with the frog in boiling water, right? It's going to jump out, but if you put the frog in tepid water and you turn the heat up slowly, it'll stay there being boiled alive. This is what happens in the narcissistic relationship. So for me, you know, he loved my singing, and then one day he decided he was going to buy me singing lessons. And I thought, okay, that's kind of nice. But like, okay, I guess I need singing lessons. But then he took back the singing lessons and exchanged it for swimming lessons. It was just a weird little thing. Next thing you know, shut up. Your voice sounds awful. You're not going to go anywhere with your voice. Like, stop. You're making the baby cry with your voice. It sounds so awful. Like, you were off key on that karaoke. Like, you know, it was little devaluation. And I stopped singing because I was like, nah, I guess I'm not a good singer. When I left the narcissist, I started singing again. What else did we do here, guys? You started selling soaps. Amazing. You're in therapy. Awesome. Reopening a business that he forced you to close. I love that. Reading more. You quit smoking. Amazing. What else do we get to do with our freedom, guys? You bought 20 acres for yourself? He said I would never have anything, and you started singing again too. Amazing. I love that, guys. Good for you. Thank you so much. What's up, Bob? You got a new job with better pay. Amazing. How these below average men bring us down is unreal. Isn't it crazy? It's like, am I a singer? Yeah, I'm a singer. Not professionally, but I like to sing. Dyed your hair, you lost weight, you started eating and sleeping regularly. I love that. That's important. You went back to school at 46. Good for you. Can I just give you a round of applause for that? That's amazing. I love that. You're going to highlight your hair. He made me believe that all natural was all. Yeah, we change our whole physical features because of them, don't we? We change everything about ourselves for them. You know, the narcissist I married would take clothes that he didn't like of mine and throw them out. Pretend that I'm the one who donated. Gaslight me into thinking that they just disappeared or they never existed. And he'd be like, that color looks really bad on you. And your skin looks gray, he would always say to me. You're so fat, like you've gained weight. You should really work out more. You know, they do all of this stuff to make you feel insecure. It's almost like a negging. But in negging, what people who pick up artists, they'll use negging as a way to control your security about yourself and your confidence. So they'll say, oh, nice nails. Oh, they're fake? They're still nice, I guess, anyway. They'll say stuff like that to neg you. And so that's what pickup artists do to make you feel a little bit insecure about yourself. But a narcissist will just do that straight out blatantly to abuse you so that you feel devalued because they don't really feel good about themselves. So they do that to make you feel really bad about yourself. He would get annoyed that I loved plants and gardening and he tried making me hate it. He tried. Good word, good choice of word, right? He tried. Are you planting again? What's up, bro? Hello. I no longer walk with mobility aids. Good for you, girl. Simple, natural, plain, but I loved flirting with the complete opposite. See, they take away your self-expression. You know what my therapist said to me when I was leaving the narcissist? She said to me that the narcissist is taking away your self-expression and authenticity. Okay? Your authenticity has been locked away in a cage for however long you were with him. 14 years? Your authenticity has been locked away in a cage and he was holding the key. Here's the key. You get it back. Okay, bro, open that cage. Your authenticity is free now. You get to do what you want to do. You get to be who you want to be. He loved flirting with the opposite. Oh, of course. Right? You don't know who you are anymore at the end. At the end of the relationship, I didn't know my favorite color. I didn't even know what I liked to eat anymore. Like, I would go grocery shopping for myself. And I would be like, what do I get? What am I cooking? I wanted to make sure. I didn't know what life was like without him. I didn't know what it was like without him. He made me rely on him that much. He made me rely on everything. Because if I didn't do the right things at the right times, I'd get silent treatment. If I didn't buy the right groceries that cost the right amount of money, or if my hair wasn't done a certain way, I would look frumpy. I would look old, ugly, gray. You look fat in that, right? Thank you so much for the hand. I really appreciate the gifts, you guys, so much. It's really helping me through this really hard time. So I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Now I think, that looks good when I grocery. Yeah, me too. Now I go grocery shopping and I'm like, ooh, I think I'll get that. Now I know my favorite color is purple, right? And I love pink too, pink and purple. Beautiful hair. Thank you. Thank you, Mandy. How's it going? Right? I have a sense of style now. When I was living with him, if I bought a rug, first of all, buying a rug means like I would have to have a month or two of presenting all the reasons why we need a rug. Well, because when I vacuum, it's like this, and it's going to bring and I've researched all the rugs with all the costs, and I would have to have a fucking full-on PowerPoint presentation just to try to sell him on buying a rug for my own house. I live there too, right? Now, I can just buy a rug. See? See how pretty? And I don't have to ask anybody if I can buy it. This is sad. We're now learning what we love and what our favorites are. Yeah, so this is a part that I help you with in coaching. I want you to start re-identifying who you are as a human being. Thank you so much, Mom. I saw that you were calling. I had to put it on Do Not Disturb so it didn't disrupt the live. My whole house is blush and gold. I love those color combination. Beautiful rug, right? You know, I would probably take it back if I was still married to him. I wouldn't be able to put something in my house, in our house that we shared. Not even a pillow, because he'd be like, "Oh, that doesn't look good," or "Why'd you spend money on that?" Now I can buy a rug and make my house look like a home and be comfortable. Do I ever miss him? Fuck no. Who here misses their abuser? No wrong answers, okay? Who here misses their abusive narcissistic ex? I want to know, because I have something to say to those of you who do. Don't feel judged at all. This is a no judgment zone, okay? I love you all, and I understand if you do. Okay, thank you so much for the gifts. This really helps me through this hard time, so thank you. Okay, Angela, I might. William, I might. It's okay, some days you do. Okay, at times you do. I want you to know something. I want you to ask yourself, if you miss the narcissistic abuser in your life, if you miss this person, ask yourself this question. What part do you miss? Holidays are hard, yeah, for sure. Holidays are hard financially. They know how to hit you financially on the holidays. Hey, stranger, what's up, Justin? Okay, it's part of the trauma bond, but I want you to ask, what part do you miss? Exactly, do you miss the illusion? Do you miss the fake person that they pretended to be so they can abuse you? Do you miss the manipulation? Do you miss the abuse? Right? What do you miss? What do you really miss about that? How lonely were you when you were with them? When you were sleeping beside them in the same bed, what did you miss? Because I can tell you, there were nights that I was sleeping beside the narcissist when I was married to him in our bed. And there was a lot that I missed. I missed being comfortable. I missed feeling safe. I missed feeling any kind of love. Thank you for the gift, Mom. I missed companionship. Right? Do we miss any of that? No, because it's lonelier with a narcissist, because they want to make you feel alone. Missed feeling wanted. A narcissist doesn't make you feel safe, but they tell you that they're going to protect you. They tell you that they want to keep you safe. But they turn out to be the most dangerous person in your whole life. They never really wanted you. They never really wanted to take care of you. And we don't need protection from other people. We protect ourselves. You miss having a wife. I get that, William, I do. What about parents that are narcissists? Well, yeah. If you have a narcissistic parent in your life, now luckily I have two very healthy parents that are not abusive to me. You know, they're different in their own ways, but they helped me regulate my emotions and they're supportive. Everybody has dysfunctional dynamics, okay? But people with abusive parents, you grew up in a dynamic that felt like home, right? You got used to feeling like this is what safety feels like. This is what healthy feels like. You get used to what home feels like. So, of course, when you move in with a narcissist and get into a real romantic relationship, it's going to feel like home because you got used to the trauma. Narcissistic daughters too. Yeah, narcissistic children. When they get to be adults and they take on traits of other narcissists, they can be narcissistic too and abuse their own parents. I've seen that as well. What do you think when you think of the good times? So, Nikki, the good times, that's called euphoric recall. Euphoric recall is when we think of the good times, when it brought us euphoria. Hello, Matthew. Where's my lobster? Were you going to send that to me or what? Euphoric recall is when we recall the euphoric memories that the narcissist manufactured in our life. We think about the good times because we wouldn't have stayed with them if they weren't for the good times, right? We wouldn't have stayed with that narcissist for so long if there weren't good times. Even those good times that were breadcrumbs, which means the bare minimum, just enough to keep you. Coming in May. Okay, the season starts at the 1st of May. Okay. Those breadcrumbs are what keeps you in the relationships. Those are the good times. And the reason why they're so euphoric, and that, yes, there is a term for everything now. Yes, of course. The reason why they're so euphoric is because of the trauma bond and the abuse cycle. When we first meet a narcissist, they love bomb us. They tell us we're the world. The thing is, they put this like weird image of us in their mind. They're exactly everything they want to be. This is why they mirror you, right? They're exactly all the things that they're hoping you will make them feel. So they idolize you. And in the idealization phase, you have this, you're an idea in their head. You're perfect, okay? They love bomb you with all that perfection. They want to make you feel like you're amazing. And you do feel amazing. It feels so good. We get a lot of oxytocin hormones. This is the love hormone. It keeps us really, really connected to them, makes us feel really connected very quickly. And when we get into this space where we're feeling like we are falling for them, falling in love with them, and they build this pedestal for us to sit on, and we're up there on that pedestal, perfect, and they love us, okay? They treat us so amazing. It feels so amazing because we are the most perfect person for them. And I do believe they do love you. They think they love you. And then what'll happen? You will say something, do something, wear something that puts you back down to reality because you're a human fucking being with a beating heart. You're not a Madonna Adonis sitting up on a pedestal that they build you on. You're a human just like them. They'll do something and the switch will just go. Just like that. You're not perfect anymore. Just like that, the image they created for you starts to crumble. Just like that, you're back to reality. You're a human being and they hate you for it because they hate themselves. They start to see you as a human. They start to see you as a person they're not. And boom, just like that, they start to abuse you and devalue you. And all that devaluation, all of that abuse, all of the gaslighting and manipulation, all the silent treatments, everything they do to hurt you gives you so much cortisol. It's a spike in your system, and we're not supposed to be so stressed out like that for so long. We're not supposed to have that much cortisol coursing through our body for such a long period of time. It's instant. It's minutes. It's the moment you go out on a stage and have to say this big speech that you're nervous for. It's stage fright. It's about to jump out of a plane because you're nervous and you get adrenaline, right? You're stressed out. It's right when you slam your brakes because you're about to hit the car in front of you. Get into a bumper to bumper, right? It isn't supposed to be long-lasting all the time, but this is what the narcissist does. It keeps that cortisol spiked so high all the time that you're sitting there in survival mode, fight or flight every day. And it hits us harder because the pedestal that they put you on is so high that when they knock you down, the hard fall hurts, because it's a really hard fall from up there, isn't it? Okay? This is how addicts get stuck in an addiction cycle. You get love bombed with the oxytocin. You get the initial high, just like a heroin high. Then you start withdrawing when they give you the cortisol and start abusing you. And your body takes it. Yeah, your body takes all of that. The trauma is stored into our muscles, into our bodies, into our whole being. And we're craving that drug because we're so fucking stressed out. We need a period of calm. So just like the heroin addict who got that first initial high and starts to withdraw, one little drop is going to get them right back in to a pleasure reward cycle. And that drug, that hormone that is in our body is called dopamine. And when the narcissist breadcrumbs you with a little bit of niceness, it could be just, you look beautiful today, honey. That's it. That's all they need to do. Even as minimal as stopping the abuse, even just not yelling at you and telling you you're fat today, even not yelling and screaming at you, or in some cases hitting you, even that gives you dopamine because it's a period of calm, but it's just a period of calm. But what happens? It perpetuates us into this cycle. So now we're back into the cycle of abuse because giving us that period of calm is a false sense of safety where we feel okay and we feel like we need to stay because there's a chance, a little bit of hope that we'll get back to being on that pedestal again. That's what our brain tells us. Our brain is like, yeah, you'll get back up there. Look it, we're almost there. Look it, he was nice today. We'll get back up there. We need to get back up there because we rely on it. We lived up there for so long and it sucked down here that we need to go back up there. Of course we're going to get back up there. And then they promise you you're going to get back up there. They're going to promise you everything to keep you in the cycle. You got to do a video on what you just said. The addiction was great. Yeah, I will. Thank you. So this is why we get stuck in the good times. This is why the original question was, why do we get stuck on those good times? Euphoric recall. Why does it hit us so hard? It hits us that hard because we're addicted. That is how addiction forms. The trauma bond is really an addiction. It's an addiction cycle of hormones. The love hormone, oxytocin, the stress hormone, cortisol, and the pleasure hormone and reward hormone, which is the dopamine. And it goes like that in a circle, and you never get out until you're educated by it, until we learn about it, until you have someone like me or any of the other amazing life coaches on here who are helping you heal through this. Okay, if you want to book a session with me, I offer one-on-one coaching. I can do this with you one-on-one, and I do it all through video chat. So you can go to link in my bio and book a session with me. I also offer group coaching. So if you're not ready yet to take this step and work with me one-on-one, you can join our monthly support group. Wow, that just blew me away. It's incredible when we learn about this. It's incredible the amount of knowledge that is out there. And it's almost like putting a pair of glasses on your face. We'd love to do the support group. Yes, Ali. You can go onto my website or my link in my bio and go down to join January. January 15th is open. And if you've ever wanted to work with me one-on-one and couldn't afford it or weren't ready financially to do it, the group coaching is a great way to kind of get started because it's going to be a more intimate group this month because of the holidays. So usually I cap out at 25 people, but I think there's only like 4 people registered. So it'll be a nice small one, and that means more one-on-one time with you. So if you do want to book it, I'm going to book you starting my new job this week, and I can't wait to talk to you more. Yes, I would love that. That would really help me out. I know that this is my business, so obviously you get something in exchange, and I'm not a person to come out here on TikTok and ask people for money. But I was financially abused pretty hard today by my ex, and he decided that me putting a roof over my kid's head and putting food on their table, being denied of that was more important to him and his ego. And he just decided not to pay me today. And it's really hurting, but they don't take away our brightness. They don't dim our light anymore. Thank you, Elle. I appreciate it. Here's the thing about that. He wants me to be broken and depressed and sad. And I have support. I have really amazing support. And I have a lot of gratitude. And what happens when we have gratitude and practice gratitude? The universe pays us back in abundance. So I have a lot of hope and a lot of trust that helping people and doing what I'm doing is, narcissists can't win. They won't. He can beat me down financially and make us feel empty. He's a very small and shallow man, yes. Like, just the definition of a deadbeat dad. Like, that is what you call a deadbeat dad, right? A person who just decides, I'm more important than my own kids and my ex-wife because I'm mad at her. That's what you call a deadbeat dad. So being a deadbeat dad feeds his ego, and he's feeling like powerful that he did that. That doesn't take my power away from me. I took my power back 3 years ago. I took my power back, and there's nothing he can do. There's no money he can steal from his own kid's mouth that is ever going to dim my light ever again. Happy New Year. Deadbeat. Yep. Deadbeat. Big time. So, all that to say, if you want to buy a shirt, if you want to support me, purchase my merch, book a coaching session with me, donate a coaching session to somebody else in this community, there's also an option to do that too. If you want to buy my book on Amazon, any of my monthly group coaching sessions, it really helps me, especially right now in this time of need that I have. But I also want to be able to give back to you as well. So it'll be an exchange for services. As a life coach, I can help you heal in any aspect. So my group coaching sessions give you a place to feel like you're included in a community, in a group. And my one-on-one coaching sessions, I give you clarity. So if you've ever felt lost, if you've ever felt confused, if you've ever needed someone, even just one person to listen to your story with absolutely no judgment, from a place of love, from a place of I've been there before, I know, and give you the tools and clarity to move forward and heal in that way, that is what I offer you and provide for you. I can do that and give you a really good step-by-step plan on how to give you that confidence back and give you back trust in yourself and really get you to this place that is going to take that light that they dimmed and turn it so bright, so bright. This that happened to me today isn't going to stop me from my mission and what I'm doing. That's what he wants. He wants to break me financially so that I feel so alone and I feel worthless. Why? Because he feels worthless. Why? Because he doesn't have anything going on for his life. He's going through a narcissistic collapse right now, and he has to try and take me down with him, and it's not going to happen. Thank you so much, Debbie. Eric, what's going on? Happy New Year. It's been a year and I still miss mine. He abused me pretty badly. I want to be strong. No, he cannot stop my amazing light. No. So it's been a year and you miss him. Can I ask you, what is it that you miss about him? What is it that you miss? Do you miss the abuse? Or do you miss the fake person that he pretended to be so that he could abuse you? The facade. What do you miss? So a narcissistic collapse is basically, oh, you did, Elle, thank you so much. Narcissistic collapse is where you, as a narcissist, they need supply, okay? A narcissistic supply is somebody, or is basically their ego, it's their need for your attention, it's anything. It could be negative, it could be positive, it could be whatever. It's what feeds them. Without a narcissistic supply, they can't survive, right? Thank you so much, Thumper. Appreciate you. I hope you don't mind. I hope you don't mind, because anybody who helps promote my business is just automatically a moderator, and I really appreciate you, so thank you, Thumper. Narcissistic supply is what the narcissist needs to eat. They need to eat it, okay? So what happens when you go no contact and you deprive them of their supply? They collapse. A narcissistic collapse is when there's no more meat left on the dead carcass for them to feed off of you. And what happens in a collapse is they no longer have any more supply from you because you're giving them nothing. In order for them to feed off of you, it's just like having a sugar addiction. The more sugar you eat, the more you're going to want it, right? The more sugar you eat, the more you crave it. They eat off of you, they're going to crave you. They're going to want to give you more, give more chaos into your life, more abuse, and just try to get to you. When you start giving them that, you starve them, they can't survive. Sure, they might get it from someone else. Sure, they might try. But if you give that really good reaction and that good supply, you're going to be their main source. So if you cut off the main source, thank you so much, Reason. I appreciate you. If you cut off that main source, sometimes they might not have anybody else to feed off of, and they will collapse. And when a narcissist collapses, a lot of things happen. They start to actually see themselves. They have nobody to project to. They have nobody to abuse. No one's around. A lot of the times they lose their friendships. A lot of the times they start to gain weight. Their health starts to decline. They start to lose business relationships. In my case, because I know mine is in a narcissistic collapse, financially he's struggling. And this is probably why he's just being a shithead and not paying me. But here's the difference. I have an amazing community and a business that I started because of you guys, that I can pick myself up in positivity and abundance and be grateful, and it pays me back. I trust the universe pays me back. And I fucking work my ass off to make the money that I need to pay for my kids. So this setback that I have, which you guys are already helping me by just being here, this setback isn't hurting me the way he wants it to hurt me. It's a setback, yeah. Financially, yeah, but we can always make more money. Him, it's not even about the money. His relationships are declining. He doesn't have any more money coming in, probably, because what is he putting out into the world? That's why he can't pay me. Narcissistic collapse means their health declines, their financial positions, situations suffer, their friendships, they start losing friends, they start getting really, really heavy into their addictions, and a lot of narcissists are addicts, so they will get really heavy into their addictions. You know, their whole body will start to deteriorate because they relied on you for all that supply. Feeds their ego, but it feeds them too. And their whole sense of self is built on their projection of how much they hate themselves and projecting it onto you. It's what builds them up. And if you're not there to project onto, to abuse, to assault, to attack, to use, to manipulate, to lie to cheat on, to steal from, if you're not there, their whole sense of existence crumbles. They become nothing. They externalize their blame, and they blame for their own they blame everyone for their own misery. The thing is, they're miserable people all the time. But if they have nobody else to externalize it to, if there's nobody around, become so isolated in this dark, desolate place. It's not your fault that they're there. They made their bed, okay? This isn't to give them all this compassion. Our compassion's limited when it comes with a narcissist. Thank you so much for being here, Katrina. I really appreciate you. Going to therapy, doing self-care and self-love. Yes, I love that. Right? They think the whole world is hostile. They think that especially covert narcissists, they will make sure that they blame everyone else, only just to stop taking accountability for themselves. And they won't. They won't take any accountability for themselves. Nitty gritty, what's up? There's nobody around. They basically stop existing. Their whole Oh my God, did you guys hear that? I don't know what happened. I think something fell off of my tree and it made a weird sound. Their whole existence is relied upon on your supply that you give them. You heard that, right? So I have a Christmas tree that looks like this. It doesn't have branches, so see it? That is my Christmas tree. That's what it looks like. And I think something fell off. I think this thing fell off. One of the ornaments fell off of the tree. And it made a sound and it bounced back. It's basically just a wire on a string. I got scared for you, I know. Did your good come yet? Oh, my food? Yeah, it's in the fridge. I'm gonna eat it later. Stuff is moving, sister. Oh, I know. Maybe there's a ghost in here. Or maybe it's just like a good omen. Like, it's just like, maybe it's my friend Trina. Maybe it's her saying hi. Some people tend to make other people's problems their own. Yeah, that is true. That's what I'm doing next year. I'm not doing the regular tree. Yeah. Watched Hillbilly Elegy again, but dang, that reminds me of my mom. What? What does? It sounded like a falling ornament. Now, yeah, it was like, but because my tree is on this wire, right? It was like on this wire like this. When one ornament falls, it's like it pulls the wire, then everything else just, so that's what that is. Happy New Year. You had your Narc sweatshirt on. It kept me nice and warm. Yes, guys. So I know we talked a little bit about the financial abuse that I had dealt with today with the narcissist that I married, putting me in a bad situation. You guys have already been helping me with the emails and the bookings, and I think somebody else, I turned my notifications off so I don't have them coming up, but I see that some orders have been submitted. I really appreciate you guys so much for helping me through this. But yes, I offer merch. Really cool Rollercoaster of Love shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies. I got coffee mugs. I got tumblers. I have my book on Amazon. And if you also want to work with me directly, you can book a session. Anybody who has booked one with me today, thank you so much. Of course, everything that I do is an investment for you and your healing as well. So you just ordered merch. I saw that. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. It's like, you know what? Fuck him. You want to stiff me on child support and take food out of your own children's mouth? And you think I'm going to wither away in the hole and just like turn my light off and just like dim myself into nothing to make me feel worthless because you're having a narcissistic collapse and you are a bum and a deadbeat dad and can't afford to pay me child support that you're court ordered to pay, or you're trying to get to me. But what he doesn't realize is I have you guys. I have a community of people. I have a whole ass business that I started because of you. I'm grateful and practice gratitude for people like you who are healing with me. And you have a community, I have a community that has my back through this. And that helps me get through all of this. I have people to help me. So, I'm gonna be fine. My light's not getting dimmed. And he's going to keep being a miserable narcissist who will live his whole existence on hurting others. What a sad existence. What a sad, pathetic life that must be, isn't it? Almost makes us feel really sorry for the narcissist, right? It almost gives us some compassion. But bad things happen to bad people. Good things happen to good people. Forget about all this sadness, right? It is pathetic. It is sad. Such a sad, lonely, pathetic life. And I know you guys are helping me. Being here helps me. Like, you guys are so amazing. The amount of gifts I'm getting, the orders that are coming through, the emails, the bookings, the coffee, like, you guys, whoever bought me coffee, like, sponsors for the Sponsor Survivor program. It's just, it's amazing. It's literally amazing what you guys do. I'm like, I love you guys. Good things happen to good people. The gifts, like, I'm so grateful for you. I love you guys. I'm so not sad. I'm like the opposite of sad. Of course, it like hurts to do this, but do they realize that when they push us down, that we climb up stronger? Thank you so much, Thumper. Do they realize? I don't think they realize. Feet check. Block. I don't think they realize that when they do this to us, they make us stronger. Thank you for blocking him. Like, they give us the gift of power. What they're doing is they're telling us that they're weak. Thank you so much. They're telling us that they're weak. They're telling us that they're low. They're telling us that they are that they ain't shit. That's what they're telling us. But they want us to work, and they want us to do it too. They want us to make us feel like that for ourselves, right? Mods, if you mute the entire live, it deletes the gross comment too. Oh, really? I think that comment is gone anyway, so. Yeah, they push you down so low because you know where they live? They live down in the basement. Which, funny, you guys will think this is really funny. My ex lives in a basement. Nothing wrong with living in a basement suite. Honestly, there are some nice basement suites. But he lives in a basement. And that's where they live. They want to drag you down to the darkest part of the basement. But we're not going to do that, right? We're not going to do that. He has no home, right? They get their consequences. You deserve all the good things. You have helped so much. Lives at their brother's house, right? Some of them are homeless. It's what we call hobosexuals, right? They don't have a home. They're out there trying to game other people and trying to manipulate them. And like, big red flag if a narcissist says that they're in between homes right now. We all have our dark moments, but we still choose to live in the light. Exactly. They want to stay. They are a joke. Yes. They want to stay down in that basement and bring you down too because they're drowning. the thing with narcissistic collapse is these people are drowning. They're drowning in the basement and they want to pull you down. And if you have a little bit of compassion for them, remember this, okay? Because I had a little bit of compassion for my ex just this Christmas. And now I realize that if you try to save them from drowning, they will pull you down. And not only will they pull you down with them, they'll step on you to get themselves out and save themselves. And you'll be the one that's drowning. That's what they want. You've got lots of compassion, yeah. Your compassion needs to be limited because that narcissist is not going to want to save you. That's what they weaponize. They weaponize your empathy. This isn't Home Depot. Fix a man clinic. Exactly. Truer words. A friend told me I tried to save him. He pulled me down with him. Yep. Right? When they're drowning, they'll pull you down. And they don't do the same for others. No, they only care about themselves. You guys have really helped me today. Honestly, like, this has been so amazing. I had a shitty 2 days. And if you're just tuning in and you're just new here, by the way, my name is Ro. I'm a narcissistic abuse survivor. I'm a certified life and relationship coach. I offer one-on-one coaching. I offer group coaching. I also have merch. You can take a little peruse on the link in my bio. And today has been a rough day for me. So if anybody has... Which eyeshadow palette do I use? I actually, you know what I use? I use just like, what is it called? I have to look. I think it's from Shoppers. I don't know if you have Shoppers where I'm in Canada. But it's like shimmers and golds. Yeah. You like it? You need to book with me ASAP. I would really appreciate it if you did. I can absolutely help you heal. Anybody who has worked with me before can attest to the amount of clarity you get after a healing session. It's like putting a pair of glasses on and being able to see things clearly, making better decisions for yourself. You're from Canada too? Yes, Shoppers Drug Mart. I forget the name of it. I'll have to go look and show you. My therapist was a sassy black lady. And so link in bio to book or throw. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Healing, clarity, dating after abuse. Rose, fantastic. Yes. Thank you, Elle. Appreciate you. Quo, that's the house brand, Ro. Yeah, that's not what I had. I didn't have that. I had, I think it's called Pure. I'll have to look. Yeah, you know what? Healing, so thank you, Shar. I love your videos. They were so helpful and funny. Healing through humor is one of the biggest things that I have to really rely on because I have to find some levity and some humor in my healing. Because it's really funny when you look at it sometimes, like, yeah, it's abusive. Yeah, a lot of it sucked. But how funny is it when you see all the stories and they're the same as everyone else's? Like, I could put out a post that is so fucking random. You would think, like, who could make that up? And then somebody will write on my comment section, oh my God, the exact same thing happened to me in the exact same restaurant and whatever. I'm glowing. Thank you, Reese. I'm actually so much happier in this last 2 hours being with you guys because, like I said, I've had a really shitty day and a really shitty New Year's. To top it all off was really just the money that my ex decided to stiff me today. And in a place where I'm not financially, I'm not in a place where it's okay that he stiffs me this money because it's child support and I need it to pay rent. But anyways, you guys have helped me. Like, you guys are pretty much like getting me through this. But of course, on New Year's Eve, I have a date with a guy and he ditches me. And I've said this earlier in my live and I'll say it again. Oh, all my prices are just right up here in the link in my bio. So if you're looking to book one-on-one, if you're looking to book 30 minutes, 60 minutes, if you're looking to book a group coaching or a texting package, or if you just want to support me by buying my merchandise, all the prices are on the link. But yes, Carrie, so I had a date last night. This would have been my 5th date with this guy. So this was date 5. And he let me know the next day, really. I blocked him. I just decided I'm done with people who view me as an option. I'm not an option. I'm the selection. You know, I was left alone a lot in the relationship. Thank you so much. Oh, that looks really nice with my hairstyle. I was left alone a lot in the relationship. When I married the narcissist, he would, we would have a beautiful night together, we would have sex, and then he would leave. He would leave for going out with the boys tonight, and then he would stay out all night. You know, birthdays, our anniversary, New Year's, he would leave me. And I was left alone a lot. This was something I got really used to. Thank you so much, Reason. I appreciate you. I was very used to being left alone a lot. And so when this happened to me, I really liked this guy a lot. We talked we talked for the last couple weeks. He was sweet. He was nice. He was just a really great guy. I was excited about him. And this is now my, if you are interested in a webinar that I'm going to be helping by being a panelist for, Lisa Sunny, Stronger Than Before, is hosting. It's on January 25th. It's called Dating Again. I'm going to be talking all about this. So when we're dating, we get excited. It can be a red flag. Getting excited can be a red flag. I was excited about this guy a lot, and I went on 4 dates with him. New Year's Eve was our 5th date. And throughout the day, he's texting me. He's going to come pick me up. All of this stuff. And then all of a sudden at 8 o'clock, he goes, I'm just waiting for my daughter to leave. Because she was supposed to go to a party. She's 13, okay? So at some point, 13-year-olds go to bed, right? Or they figure out what time. Anyways, 10 o'clock, he goes, I can't wait to kiss you at midnight. And he's not here at my house yet picking me up. We're missing dinner or nothing's happening. And he just ditches me all night. And I'm dolled up. This is my hair still kind of a little bit from last night. I had my hair done, my makeup done. It was New Year's Eve and I was going to see this guy on a date number 5 that I was really excited about. And immediately triggered me and put me right back into my marriage where I was left all night sitting waiting. Have you ever been with somebody where you're waiting, sitting on your phone waiting? And it just hurts so much because you're when are they going to message you? It was so triggering for me to sit there waiting. And 11:58, 11:59, I said Happy New Year to myself, poured myself a drink, took my dress off, put my pajamas on, washed my makeup off, went to bed. And it reminded me of being married. Being ditched like that really fucking sucked. So then for that to happen, and then wake up the next morning to my ex just deciding not to pay me child support on the day that all my bills are due, that sucked. And so before blocking this man, I decided to just see what he had to say. And he writes me at 1:38 p.m. Happy New Year. Sorry for last night. It turned out it was a shit show. My daughter's friend bailed on her and she was so upset. I thought I lost my phone, but when I went to get coffee, it was in between my seats. So I wanted to just let you know right away. I'm so sorry. I didn't write back. And then at 2:22, which is so weird because 222, right? It's like my friend Trina's telling me, because 22 is a special number to me. 2:22, he writes, I'm really irritated that I didn't get to kiss you at midnight. I'm reading all these messages and I'm not responding, okay? Then at 5:20, he writes, I miss you. And that's when I blocked him. So, shitty night, shitty New Year's night. And I'm telling you this story because if you have had to deal with a narcissist or an abusive person in your life, and this was a New Year's where you had to, the next day, see all of these amazing stories from your friends, people posting their New Year's with their loved ones, and you had a New Year's like mine, I want you to know you're not alone. I want you to know that you are loved, you are seen, you are heard. And I've been through it. It feels like the worst thing ever. I'm so glad I blocked him too. He doesn't get a chance. If you really truly lost your phone, or thought you lost your phone, if you really truly were dealing with a shit show with your daughter, I get it. I have kids. Right? I get it. He would have showed up for me. You've got this gorgeous girl that you have a chance to kiss on New Year's Eve, that you planned and made her wait and do her hair for you. You make up for it. Show up at my house. Anything, something. No. My new motto for 2023, guys, not only is it 2023 narc free, but here's our new motto for 2023. Fool me once, game over. Okay? Fool me once, game over. Can we say it all at the same time? Comment game over. This is what we're doing now for 2023. Fool me once, game over. Game over. Game over. No more chances. I don't want to hear any more of your fucking excuses. Game over. Game over. Fool me once, game over. Thank you so much for the necklace, guys. I appreciate you. Fool me once, game over. This is it. No more chances. That's it. It's game over. You fool us once, we're done. Fool me once, game over. Yes, exactly. Michelle. This is the first person I said this to was Michelle. Fool me once, game over. Done with chances. We're done. No chances. Hi, lovely. Michelle's another one that got me through today. A really bad day today. Really bad night last night. And a really bad day. And you know what really sucked about last night is I held out. Like waited and waited and waited. Still at 11:58 thinking maybe he'd walk through that door. Nope. Fool. He was a fool. He was a fool. Fool me once, game over. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Thumper. That was so sweet. I love that. No chances, no excuses. How do you feel like they live in my body? I feel the need to own my body back. Oh, I know that feeling. You know, today actually, because of the financial abuse I had today, the best way I could describe it was like feeling like you can't breathe. Like there's this vice around your chest and it's squishing you in. And you're like frozen, stuck. It's debilitating. What people don't realize about financial abuse is it's debilitating. Because this is your food. This is your rent. This is your life. Right? It plus when you have dependents, you have kids that depend on you. So it gives you a sense of you can't breathe because just existing depends on their control. And if they're controlling you financially, it's so fucking stressful. The pressure that you get, right? Oh my God, you were financially abused. What happened? Yeah, so I said this before. My ex has been on a mission to ruin me financially. And if this was back in June, July, August, where things were going really well for me, and it's not that they're not going well, it's just everybody is having a hard time right now because it's the holidays. So I totally get my coaching hasn't been like where it normally is. And I trust the universe that it'll go back to where it is. But also Christmas, there's been a lot of expenses, and I bust my ass trying to give my kids the best gifts ever, right? Anyways, today my ex decided he was just not going to pay me child support. Child support that I depend on to pay rent. And child support that I needed. Especially for January 1st, especially the start of this year, because of the financially stressful December that we all face. He picked the right time to abuse me financially. He picked the right time to do it. When I needed it. And I never want to need that man again. I never want to need him. Okay? I'm only $25 short. Did we marry the same person? Right? They do that to us. They hurt us. They know it'll hurt us the most. You know, he did a little bit here and there in July, August. Didn't hurt me. I was like, yeah, I'll get it back. I can't apply for what's called management enforcement program until I get my divorce judgment, which is a court order which shows that the amount of money he owes me, so I can apply for a government program that allows me to collect that money from the government while they collect it from him, so it doesn't have to go through me anymore. And if he doesn't pay it, he gets his wages garnished. He gets his license taken away. He can even be arrested. He can have jail time. Like, it gets to that extent. Well, he'll have to deal with the government, not me. I'm not there yet because COVID and delays and all sorts of stuff with my divorce judgment. It's sitting at the courts right now. Thank you so much for the train. I appreciate you. Love you. So the courts need to get on that judgment. I sent an email to my lawyer today explaining the situation. So I'm going to get this thing sorted. We run a train on ourselves now. Okay, ladies? Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Michelle. I really appreciate you. The courts have been behind on everything. So he decided to do this to me when I really, really needed it. Okay. So being away from him for 3 years and no contact with him for a year has given me so much strength. Thank you so much for the watermelon. It's given me so much strength. They hate when you're strong. They hate when you're doing well. Me and you, bestie. Fool me once, game over, right? I was on the phone with Michelle, like literally telling her my whole, I get ditched last night by who I thought was a total cutie, only to be financially abused by my narcissistic ex-husband the next day. Like, then I go live and you guys help me out incredibly. Like the gifts and the bookings. Why did we break up? Because he's a narcissist and he abused me and I finally got out of it. Why did I break up? To take my power back, to be me again. He hated that I'm me. He hates that I have TikTok. He hates that I have this business. He hates that I'm singing again. He hates that I got my hair done the way I liked it. He always wanted my hair black. He was like, do it natural. Like, why do you have those, makes you look like a prostitute? When all you ever did, narcissist in my life, was hire prostitutes. So, of course, that devaluation is just a judgment on yourself and how you use people for sex. And you use them and you have a really fucked up relationship with money that you have to financially abuse your own wife. Anyways, he hates that I have my self-expression back and my authenticity back. He hates it. So, of course, he's going to make his kids suffer. Isn't it fucked up how much they hate themselves, that they have to abuse themselves through everyone around you, including their own kids? Because when you are a narcissist and you deny child support to your ex, or anybody who does that, anybody who tries to do that shit, you're denying your own kids food and clothing and necessities and needs. They have no idea that they're abusing their own kids, or do they? He lost his power and he does know I'm on TikTok, 100%. Thank you for the hand hearts, guys. Oh, thank you, Michelle. He lost his power. Yep, he hates himself because he can't have it. Totally. It's a reflection of their own actions. Thank you. You gave so much strength. Tomorrow with the narc. Good night. Okay, well, I'm giving you all the love. Thank you so much. I'm dealing with the same boat. You're in the same boat, yeah. You know, it's so many of us are in the same boat. Isn't that right, guys? So many of us are dealing with the same shit because they're all so similar. We can swap stories and it be so similar, right? Like, how many of these comments do I read all the time that are like, did we marry the same person? Were we with the same person? Like, it feels like they're the same because it's like they are out of the narcissist playbook. They act, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it's a duck, right? 1K a month hasn't paid. Ugh. That turns them, that turns them into that's called a deadbeat. That's a deadbeat. Deadbeat parent, deadbeat dad, right? That term, deadbeat dad. Like, I mean, I've heard of bitter baby mamas, but bitter baby mama is just it's like being called a misandrous to a misogynist. They're a deadbeat dad. They deny their own children food and shelter so that they could get back at you. It's really fucked up, isn't it? Deadbeat dads, that's what they call someone who doesn't pay child support. Deadbeat dads. So now he's entered that. He's always one, but now he's entered that. So good for him. Good for him. That shows up in your life later on. Bruh. Do all narcissists have bad relationships with their kids? Really good question. So I get asked this a lot, and it's highly nuanced. We don't know. The short answer to that is yes. Narcissists view people as toys. Happy New Year. Narcissists view people as objects, as toys. Okay? An object that can get you from point A to B, or that can entertain you for the moment. That's a toy. That's your iPhone. That's a car. Right? They're objects. You're an object. You'll always be an object to a narcissist. They care about what you can do for them. They care about how they can benefit from you in any way, shape, or form, right? They'll exploit you in that sense. So, are kids any different? No. Kids are there for one purpose and one purpose only. To make them look good. To make them feel good. Right? They will abuse kids emotionally. Make them dependent on them for their emotion. Cry in front of them and be like, oh, I really miss your mom. Or, oh, I'm depressed right now. Am I a good dad to you? And then they'll also be a Disneyland dad or Disneyland parent and give them all of these gifts and material things to make them, to love bomb them, basically. And so, yeah, kids get trauma bonded to their abusive parents. It happens all the time. But just like pets, just like us, the kids can also be an inconvenience to the narcissist. And so they don't care that they're hurting their kids. They don't really care about anybody. So why would they care about their kids? They only really care about people in the moment. They don't care about you, but they focus on is feeding their supply, whatever that looks like for them. That's all they care about, is feeding their supply. So they'll focus on their kids and do the things to feed their supply, but doesn't mean that they love them or care about them. I don't think they really know what care or love means. They're literally roles of the narc parents. They'll pit the children. Yeah, so Jess actually has some good insight on this too. If you follow Jess, this is my moderator here. Because I didn't grow up in a narcissistic home with those dynamics, but a lot of the times in these dynamics in narcissistic homes with the parents, having a golden child and having a scapegoat, and this dynamic where they're pinning people and triangulating siblings against each other so that everybody's sitting here trying to fight to feed themselves, fight the power, fight for attention, for affection, for love. And a lot of the times narcissistic behaviors, those traits, are born from the nurture in their family or the lack of. So it's very much nurture, not nature, right? You're not born with narcissism. You get that from a lack of boundaries. You get that from a lack of awareness, and a lot of it is your emotional development. So as a narcissist, they weren't able to label their emotions, they weren't able to feel their feelings or regulate their emotions. So they rely on the outside world. They don't rely on the outside world, rather. They rely internally, and they become self-absorbed and turn to gaslighting others to change their reality, because they're very lost in that sense. Thank you so much for the pearl. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea how much you guys are helping me. And if you are a scapegoat, watch what happens, especially in a dynamic of siblings where one person's a scapegoat. The scapegoat is usually the one that takes all the brunt of the abuse, the one that gets devalued the most, the one that gets blamed on for everything, the problem child, they might try and call you. Thank you for the necklace reason. I appreciate you so much. The scapegoat is the one that takes all of that. Now, what happens usually when the scapegoat is getting abused, the rest of the children aren't. And so they feel empowered. And sometimes it turns the rest of the siblings into narcissists. Sometimes they end up being very narcissistic because they were fueled by being fed this way by their parents. And so the golden child or the other siblings will ignore that the scapegoat is being abused. They'll be like, what is wrong? Dad's fine. Maybe he treats you like that because you're bad. And doesn't really get on board with what's happening in the family. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. When the scapegoat decides to go no contact and fucks off and does their own life, and they're no longer there feeding the narcissistic parent, and they're no longer in the picture, watch what'll happen to those siblings. Because if the narcissist doesn't have the scapegoat to abuse because the scapegoat has gone no contact, those siblings, whether they're a golden child or not, who were not being abused, who were not the scapegoat, those siblings will have to face the narcissist's abuse, because the narcissist won't have anyone to abuse if the scapegoat has gone no contact. It'll trickle down to the rest of the siblings, and all of a sudden, they'll be like, holy shit, dad's being this, dad's being that. All of a sudden, they'll see it. This is what happens if you are a scapegoat, and you go no contact with your parents. Watch what'll happen. Your siblings will call you. They'll say you were right. They'll be experiencing the same thing. Watch it. Watch what'll happen. The truth eventually always comes out. Narcissists always expose themselves one way or another, and there has to be a scapegoat. Because the scapegoat in the family is the supply for the narcissist, right? He and his ex-wife and our oldest daughter want to thank you so much. I had a physical and emotional abusive dad, but I finally moved out. Good for you. So proud of you. So proud of you. Never regret your choice to move out, to go no contact, or whatever it is you need to do to protect your mental health. Never regret that or deny that for yourself. My sister was low contact for 16 years, and we've finally been talking about all the abuse. See what happens when you're free to talk about it? How empowering is that, right? I'm one. I'm the only one, and they'll never ever have another. So maybe not siblings, but sometimes cousins, sometimes other people in the family, sometimes your other parent. Why do they always put kids in the middle? It's not that they're putting the kids in the middle. They're using their kids as pawns. Their kids are pieces of a chess game. Not putting kids in the middle. They're putting them right in front of them. As bait, as a defense line, as a toy, as a pawn, as a tool to hurt and abuse you. That's what they're doing with their kids. It's incredible. I'm so thankful for my sis. Our therapist separately decided mom is NPD, BPD. Oof. The kids are objects, exactly. I'm sending you so much love, Elle. My husband is a narcissist and everything you say makes sense. I give you all the love and wish you all the love and laughter in 2023. Let's stay narc free, guys. Honestly, what we're doing here, being in this community, has not only helped me, it's helping me, but it's helping everyone else that's going through this not feel so alone. Because this is literally the most confusing shit on the planet to deal with. Right? It's so confusing. Why do they beg you to stay? Because they want you to stay stuck in the cycle of abuse. They want you to stay stuck in this abuse. They want you to feel like their whole life needs to depend on you needing them, wanting them, giving them attention and supply. That's their whole existence. Kids are a reflection of themselves. Yeah, the one that sees them as perfect is golden. Exactly. How can I ever date again? Really good question. I'm a panelist for a webinar that's coming up on January 25th. It's called Dating Again. How to avoid heartbreak after surviving a toxic breakup. It's on the link in my bio. It's the very first thing you'll see. It is a 90-minute webinar hosted by Lisa Sunny, Stronger Than Before. And we're going to be asked a bunch of questions on a panel on the realities of dating, how it feels to date again after abuse. Did you know that the most challenging relationship that you'll ever have is the healthy one after an abusive one? The very first healthy relationship after an abusive one is the most challenging one you'll ever have. So dating again is really just tools on how to trust yourself, whether or not you want to date again or not. There's no hard rules on readiness. A lot of people recommend 1 year. And me, it's like 3 years. I dated actually immediately after the narcissist I married, 4 months, and I ended up with another narcissist for 9 months. And then it was just like sporadic, just like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but 3 full years, okay? So it's good to have that time in the healing journey to give yourself strength. But more importantly than that is give yourself some confidence and trust yourself again. Stepping out into the world after being in an abusive relationship is really hard. We don't know what our favorite color is sometimes. I didn't know what my favorite color is when I left my marriage. I had no idea what I liked to eat. I forgot what kind of music I like to listen to, what kind of clothes I like to wear. I forgot all of that. I stopped doing my hair. I didn't know what kind of, things I liked. I didn't know how to decorate my place. It took me a long time to get my not only independence back, but my sense of self-expression, my sense of identity. And of course, if we don't have that, we're going to lack confidence. And then who are we to the people that we're out there trying to date? Who are we? We don't know who we are. So the biggest part of dating again is to find out who you are. Find out your identity. We lose ourselves. Thank you so much. We lose ourselves in those relationships. We lose who we are. They basically take your authenticity and trap it in a little cage and take the key and hide it. Now you've been given the key. Now your authenticity is free and out there in the world. How do you claim that? right? Who's going to see you for you? What does it feel like to be in something healthy? Oh, look who it is. John V. Hi. How's it going, sweetheart? One of my faves. How are you? Who are you after being with them? I didn't know who I was. When you figure out who you are and start re-identifying yourself and reclaiming your power and being in a place where you feel like you really know yourself. This is what I do in coaching. I tell you to write down a few things about yourself. There's a step after that. But have you ever written down like 100 things about yourself? 100 things? And ever looked at that list and said, wow, that's me. You know, I got a few on that list. Loyalty, honest, full integrity, generosity. You know, if you start really developing a sense of identity and who you are, you can start building boundaries around that identity. You can start figuring out what your standards are. That's one of the best steps in learning how to date again, is to figure out who you are. Here we go, more TikTok brainwashing. Oh yeah? It's okay, I got mods in here. If you know who you are, kind, caring, loving, funny, bright, all of those things, then that's how you be able to trust yourself again, Scarlett. If you know who you are, if you know what your standards are, if that's who you are out in the world, that's all you'll accept into your life, right? You're a hoppin' poppin' nightclub. You're Studio 54. They don't just let anyone in that club, do they? You have to be the right everything to be in that club, or else you're not allowed in. No access. Can't hate from outside the club. You can't even get in. So no one's allowed in if they don't have those things on your list. If they're a liar, they're not honest with you. If they're stingy, they're not generous with you. If they're manipulative, they don't have integrity. They're not, those are boundaries now. Your standards become boundaries. So this is how we learn to trust ourselves and be out into the world and step out into the world and be able to date again with this trust and knowledge that if you spot a narcissist or a toxic person or someone who isn't who they say they are, you can block them. Just like that. I don't know if I told you, Michelle, but dude here send me at 5 o'clock, I miss you. That's when I blocked him. Block. Block. The second you find out they're not who they say they are and they're not really for you, block. Okay? That's what you need to do. Do narcissists cheat on everyone? I don't believe that there's a narcissist out there that doesn't cheat in some way, shape, or form. They might not have this like infidelity. I think they do. I mean, I don't really think that they are aware enough to have this sense of respect for your bodily autonomy, for your consent, informed consent, for honesty, loyalty. I don't think they don't have that sense. They're too entitled for that. So yeah, do I think they cheat on everybody? Yeah. But even if they're not, or even if you don't catch them cheating on you, they're cheating on you in a different way. They're cheating on you emotionally. They're giving attention to other people. They're texting people all the time. They would wish every single person on the planet Happy Mother's Day. They'd wish the next door neighbor that doesn't even have a kid. Oh, Happy Mother's Day, you're a fur mom. You got your fur babies? You got your dog mama? Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day to you and your mom. Happy Mother's Day. They'll wish everyone on the fucking planet a Happy Mother's Day. And while you're cooking pancake breakfast for your kids, busting your ass being a mom, they won't even wish it to you. And if you even think about bringing it up, they'll say, you're a mom all the time. I did. I wished it to you. They'll gaslight you. So they'll give attention everywhere else. That is a form of cheating. That makes us feel really shitty about ourselves, right? To be denied and ignored that way. That's cheating. because you're giving attention to everyone else in the world but you. So yeah, there's emotional cheating. Not only that, not even in romantic relationships, they'll cheat the system. They'll forge documents to get this, to get that. They'll fake academic degrees. They will pretend that they are someone who they're not. They'll get out of speeding tickets. You know, they'll do all this stuff. They'll cheat in all the ways. The narcissist I married would cheat at Monopoly. Every single fucking board game he played, he would steal money out of the bank. He would cheat. He would play all the, because they're playing by their own rules. You're not allowed to ever break the rules, even when they made up the rules, right? It's always a double standard. So yeah, they'll cheat. He used to cheat at the casino all the time and would get kicked out. They don't play fair. They don't play by the rules. They don't play by societal standards and rules. They feel like they're above the law. So not only are they going to cheat on you, they're going to cheat the world because they're cheating themselves. And they'll call you a fraud when they're the fraud. So yeah, do I think they all cheat? Yeah, 100%. Mine gave the pets he abused attention while stonewalling me and the kids. Cycle. It's a total cycle. Anyone in their life who they're love bombing, you can guarantee they're abusing someone else in their life. So if you've got just a narcissist that's dating around, whoever they're love bombing, it might look like and feel like they're having a perfect relationship with a new supply. They're just doing that to abuse you because they know you're watching. They're doing it for you. It's for show. Nobody just changes like that overnight. It doesn't happen that way. They're doing that to hurt you. It's always a cycle. They will start love bombing on the pets and then abusing you and the kids. They're always keeping everyone in rotation. The rules don't apply to them, even when they made up the rules. Exactly. How does a narc go and live happily with a new wife and a new kid while I'm still here? He feels like that. It really feels like that. I know. And I'm really sorry you're going through that. I know that feeling. I've been there. I want you to know something. You're not alone. That new supply is just in the first set of cycle, that idealization phase where she or he is being love bombed, where he or she is being manipulated and idolized, only to be knocked off that pedestal later. I can guarantee that whoever your narcissist is with right now, no matter how happy they seem, no matter how much it looks and appears they've changed, I can guarantee you that person is going to need healing one day. I can guarantee you that person is going to need therapy one day, coaching one day. They're going to be in this community. It's just inevitable. They abuse everyone that comes in contact with them. Post-separation abuse, opinions on how to deal with it when you have kids with them. Thank you for asking that question. I am dealing with post-separation abuse actually right now, where I'm being financially abused by the narcissist, and he's turned to being a deadbeat dad and not paying child support. So I'm having a hard time dealing with that. We cannot do anything about what they do to us. You've left now. Give yourself all the love and kindness and credit in the world for leaving. Post-separation abuse happens because they can't abuse you inside the relationship anymore because you've left. Separated. So we can't control what the narcissist does. What we can do to thrive above that is focus back on you. What do you get to do for yourself now that you're free? You can book a coaching session with me. I can help you with some tools on how to gain your strength back because the narcissist doesn't think you're strong. Okay, this is one thing that I do when I help work you through this, is the narcissist doesn't think you're strong. The narcissist thinks you're weak. And this is the reason why they still continue to abuse you even after they're done with you, even after they've broken up with you, or if you've broken up with them, or you're separated. Even after there's nothing left there, they're still trying to abuse you. Post-separation abuse is so real, and it usually occurs in financial abuse or verbal threats or things like that, even when they're happy with another supply. or appearing to be happy. Thank you so much, Thumper. They're going to abuse you this way because, why? Because you're strong and they've lost control of you. And this is just an attempt to gain you back in their grip, to have control over them. One of the things my therapist told me, if you feel like the narcissist is trying to grab onto your energy and try to grab you in that way, just to cut them, like even just mentally. I don't know if you're into energy work or spirituality or anything, you don't have to be, but just as like, just a kind of like a mindful thing to just be like, get away, go away, and just cut them off. Do this multiple times a day. Just cut off that energy. They're trying to grip into your energy and try to keep you emotionally attached to them by trying to control you. We cannot control what the narcissist does. Cord cutting mentally. Yes, exactly. That's what it's called. We cannot control what the narcissist does. We cannot control the way they abuse us. And we no longer are in control. They're in their control anymore. We're no longer in their grip, okay? We've left. We're free now. Keep reminding yourself that you are free. Keep reminding yourself that you're free to do whatever you want, that you're no longer with them. Okay? Keep reminding yourself of that. Don't forget that. And whatever you can do to stay no contact is going to help you get even stronger and stronger and stronger. The further away from the narcissist, yeah, they're going to keep trying to abuse you. Three years later, my ex is stiffing me child support, okay? 3 years later. They may never give up, and we have to accept that. We have to really accept that. But we can thrive. Stay in this community. Stay here with us. We've got your back. How do we date again? How do we know? How did I know I was ready to date again? I didn't. I don't know if I'm ready to date again. I can trust myself and be confident. I love myself, and I'm happy to be alone. That could be one of the readiness. If you do want to join a webinar, which is being hosted by Stronger Than Before, Lisa Sunny, I'm a panelist on this webinar. It's called Dating Again. Okay, how to survive heartbreak after, how to avoid heartbreak after surviving a toxic breakup. It is on January 25th. It's only $24, and it is on the link in my bio. And we're going to be talking about how to trust yourself again. Okay, when you stop having the ick. Yeah. Oh my God, the ick. Ugh. I don't know how to date again. I don't think I can move on. You don't have to move on from the abuse, from the shitty things they did. I'm doing the panel on Lundy Bancroft too. Yes, thank you for reminding me. The Lundy Bancroft panel. I'm trying to manage this to... Sorry, guys. The Lundy Bancroft panel is on February 6th. So if you guys don't know who Lundy Bancroft is, I'm going to give you a really special treat. Google Lundy Bancroft. Why does he do that? Amazing book about controlling abusive men. And any men who are in the comment section, you can also read it. It's got some really good insight about your gender, but also you can translate a lot of that behavior into a narcissistic woman or an abusive, controlling woman in your life, okay? He studied men, so a lot of it is, there's a bit of history on generational and societal trauma and some of the research of the history of men, okay? But yes, this book is a game changer. I do have male clients, so this isn't a men bashing webinar, okay? It's written by a man. The book is amazing. It literally gave me the tools, the lens. It gave me a magnifying glass into my relationship. I was able to see exactly what my ex was. He literally changed my life, Lundy Bancroft, okay? So Dr. Lundy Bancroft is being interviewed by me and Carrie McAvoy, Lisa Sunny. It's going to be a small panel, and we're going to be asking him all the questions that you've asked us in our comments. And he's going to answer them live on a live webinar. This is on February 6th. So if you want to sign up for that and book that right away, it's going to be a fantastic event. It's in the daytime as well. And everyone's therapist loves it. This book was recommended to me by my therapist. It's called Why Does He Do That by Lundy Bancroft. We will be interviewing him on February 6th. The link for the tickets are in my bio. So that would really help me out as well. Another way to support me after I'm so incredibly excited about it. Yes, same here. I'm so excited about it. It's going to be a really good event, and he is, I'm just thrilled to be able to meet him. So this is going to be awesome that you guys will be there meeting him as well. So yeah, that is the Lundy Bancroft one. But then there's also the Dating Again, which is hosted by Lisa Sunny, and this is going to be helping us trust ourselves and build the confidence to date again. Does this cover any gay relationships or same-sex relationships? We do have, so I don't know if you follow some of the Narc Avengers. I'm in a group called Narc Avengers. If you hashtag Narc Avengers, you'll see most of us on there. If you go to our Narc Avengers page on TikTok, you'll see us on there. And we also have a Narc Avengers Instagram page as well. But there's two creators that are in the Narc Avengers group. Trey Delator, which is Yo It Was Like Trey, and Lindsay Goodman. And she's the Lindsay Goodman on TikTok. So both are part of the LGBT community. It was like Trey. Yeah, that's Trey Delator. If you go to the link in my bio under Narc Avengers, you'll see all of us on that link. We have a website, narcavengers.com. So both Trey and Lindsay are part of the LGBT community, and they can give you insight, and especially Lindsay with having a same-sex relationship, so from the female narcissist perspective. And then, of course, Trey being abused by a man in a same-sex relationship. So you've got kind of like the two dynamics. So it's really cool that we have both of those. I was thinking Jackson McKenzie, Psychopath Free, also a great book. Yeah, Psychopath Free and Whole Again, written by Jackson McKenzie, are both incredible books. Jackson McKenzie would be fantastic to interview, actually. Mine married a widow with a kid, so she's like a doormat and will just take everything. Oh. Thank you for the follow, guys. I so appreciate you guys so much. You have no idea how much you've helped me today, how grateful I am for you. I definitely stayed on my live a lot longer than I normally do because you guys have been supporting me so much, and I'm seriously so grateful. I wanted to end the live just by saying thank you and practicing my gratitude for all of you beautiful, beautiful people here. I will go live again tomorrow. I promise. I have my kids, but I will find time to go live because I feel really needed and warm and welcomed by all of you. And yes, let's drop those freedom dates right here in the chat, because this is game changer for anybody who is still in a narcissistic relationship. If you're looking to be free and you shits and pickles changed your life, thank you so much. You guys are changing my life, honestly. Today and yesterday was really shitty. And anyone who is joining me and who has been here for a majority of my life knows I was ditched on New Year's and financially abused today. And sometimes it's a breaking point. Doesn't feel like a good start to the new year, right? But then I go live and you guys are all amazing. And I see all the love and support that you guys have. Clarity date, May 25th. Look at this, December 2020, 2021. This year, guys, 2023, anybody who's still stuck or still feels like they're trapped and you don't have a freedom date or you're not free, look at everybody here. We're all here for you. It can be done. Thank you so much for the heart. It can be done. You can be free. And it's so sweet over here on this side, okay? So sweet. I appreciate you so much. You've helped me so much today. And all I can do is thank you and continue to help you and support you on all of your journeys. Please look at these freedom dates. If you want to support me, if you want to work with me and let me help you, give you clarity. Helping you means you're helping me. So you can book one-on-one coaching with me. You can donate coaching to anybody in the community that needs that support. You can help me in my cause by buying any of my merchandise that I sell. You can subscribe to the live to help send the gifts, which I appreciate so much. You can buy my book, which is on Amazon, which is called Healing Again. It's a journal that you can use with quotes to help you on your healing journey. You can join our community of group coaching, which I host every month. The next one that's coming up is January 15th, and that one is up to 25 people. And thank you so much for the roses. You can book that. You can book any of the webinars that I have listed on my link in my bio. There's one that's going to help you trust yourself to date again after an abusive relationship. And then another one on February 6th where we're going to be interviewing Lindy Bancroft. Okay? There's so many ways to support you, support me, and there's so many ways that we can work together. I would love to meet all of you. So anything you need, please let me know. If you have any questions or you want to reach out to me, you can email me or you can DM me on Instagram. I also have a YouTube, so you can message me there, and a podcast. So a lot of these lives are turned into a podcast. So that's also on the link in my bio. So if you ever just need some words of encouragement or you want to listen to one of these lives, you can just run my podcast and listen to it. I find a lot of clients find it to be really helpful. So I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Really, Happy New Year, guys. Stay narc free in 2023. And please remember that being free is everything. It's so much sweeter on this side of freedom. Okay? Even your worst day on the side of freedom will still be far better than the best day you ever had with that narcissist. I promise you that. What you're going through right now is temporary. You have a community that loves you, that's here for you. I will always be here for you. And you'll never get validation from the narcissist. Okay? I'm here today to tell you that I give you all the validation, all of the trauma, and all of the abuse you endured. Your trauma is valid. No matter how much anyone had it harder than you, no matter how much of it you remember, no matter how far in the past it was, it's all valid. Okay? Never forget that. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, guys.